about in our lives?
Accounting is not nearly as exciting as you might think.
Really?
It's kind of hard to believe, but there are some weird things that I noticed. I do travel quite a bit with my job. I was on a plane recently, sitting in the exit row, legs outstretched. Everything was going to be great, and right before the gate closed, this huge guy came and sat right next to me in the middle seat. And I couldn't believe it. He was so big he couldn't get the seatbelt around him.
Ooh.
And I had no idea that they made seatbelt extenders. But the stewardess noticed the situation, came up, yelled to the other stewardess on the other end of the plane, "Get the elephant belt."
Wow.
The elephant belt.
I felt so bad for the guy, so I gave him my peanuts.
That's very kind of you.
That's a good joke.
That's very nice.
That's got everything, doesn't it?
Wow.
You got your elephants, you got your peanuts. That's got it all.
Oh, my.
John Garrett is our guest. Are you married, by the way?
No, I'm a single guy. Just living it up. Single accountant. Hello, ladies.
Any other observations about life we need to know before we take off here? Anything you've observed of interest?
Sure. Well, I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called "Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth" as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I think the U.S. government should write a song called "Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040." That was a tax joke for the accountants. Woo!
Good morning! Live from coast to coast of the beautiful Napa Auto Parts Studio, Napa. Get the good stuff. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Rabbit. First day of March. I know, February. First day of March. And today's the day we stand by while Tom tries to change the date on his watch. Got the men at NASA standing by. Uh-oh. Good morning, Bob.
Hello, Chick.
Hello, Tom.
Chickster, good morning.
Comedian Greg Martin will be our guest today. Comedian Eric Hunter, very funny man. And you just heard him, comedian John Garrett will make a return visit. Christy with news, I'll have sports. Good morning.
Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show, Thursday edition.
Now,
In Like a Lion edition.
Oh, boy, I was going to see how long it would take.
In like a wildebeest out by Titmouse or something? Remember that?
Something like that.
John Belushi had the definitive
Oh, yeah.
In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb news broadcast so many years ago as a guest commentator on Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update. I'll never forget that. But, alas, we have to move forward. We do have great guests this morning, as you mentioned. Comedians Greg Morton, Eric Hunter, John Garrett, all on the way in this morning. Plus a lot of other delights, interesting stuff in the world of news. Also, we have a number of requests we're going to get to. Chick McGee is over there at the sports desk. We, I suppose, could get right to that. Anything breaking?
Lovie Smith will spend a few more years with the Chicago Bears. They've given their head coach a 4-year contract extension less than a month after they, went to the Super Bowl. Lovie's deal, $4.7 million over the next 5 seasons. $4.7 million per year, right, over the next 5 seasons.
Doesn't sound like much of a raise.
Yeah, Smith was the league's lowest paid coach last season at $1.4 million. So he goes from 1.4 to 4.7. Bonus. Excellent. NFL's 2003 rushing champion is now available if you'd like to start an NFL team for yourself. Well, first you need $20 million cash. The Baltimore Ravens have released Jamal Lewis, who ran for over 1,100 yards last season. This move is an attempt to make salary cap space before the free agency period begins Friday. And, oh, by the way, they owed him a roster bonus tomorrow of $5 million if he was on the roster. So technically he's not on the roster. So
time for you to be
leaving. Yes, indeed. The Bengals have released 9-year veteran linebacker.
He hasn't been the same since he spent that time in prison.
Brian Simmons. He is not. The joint changes a man.
Yeah,
I've heard that. And Brad Johnson released by the Minnesota Vikings. The 22-year-old Wisconsin grocery store worker has been indicted on a federal charge following his threat to detonate dirty bombs at several NFL stadiums last fall. Jake Brom arrested last fall in connection with prank internet warnings of terrorist attacks against 7 stadiums that had games on October 22nd. Authorities say his action wasted Homeland Security efforts and likened them to the internet version of yelling fire in a crowded theater. Brom's attorney says the former grocery store clerk will plead not guilty, calling it a stupid mistake by a kid that nobody took seriously.
Oh, yeah?
Well, if you go back up to that other paragraph I read, wasted Homeland Security time. He could face 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
Good. Give him both. And by the way, he'll take what happens to him in prison seriously.
Yeah.
He'll take this seriously.
In like a lion.
Yeah, in like a lion.
This isn't virtual rape. This
is real
this
rape.
Is the real
kid.
thing.
This isn't a prank raping.
This isn't internet rape.
You're not the internet wife.
This is real armpit sweat from a man in your face.
Oh.
Hey, this will teach him.
Hey, there's talk of lawsuits if more black head coaches aren't hired in college football. Richard Lapchick of the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports says it's pretty clear to him that embarrassment hasn't been enough so far. He told a House hearing they're pondering lawsuits under Title VII of the '64 Civil Rights Act, which makes it illegal for employers to discriminate on the basis of race. Currently, only 6 of the 119 Division I-A coaches have black head football coaches. There are even fewer in the lower divisions. And speaking of coaches, former Houston Oilers and Falcons coach Jerry Glanville has been introduced as the new head football coach at Division I AA Portland State. He had been serving as Hawaii's defensive coordinator.
Really?
And here's something. Oh, the hubris. Oh, the self-centeredness. Houston Rockets star Tracy McGrady says yesterday he would consider skipping next year's All-Star game if he didn't feel safe in New Orleans.
What?
That's what he says. When they first mentioned to me that the All-Star game was going to be in New Orleans in 2008, the first thing I thought about is how much security they're going to have for the players and everybody there at the All-Star game.
Can't you afford your own security,
Which
Tracy?
almost assuredly Tracy will be voted to. That's why he's
Oh, yeah, he's
come
already,
out and said
already
something.
talk about that.
That's pretty much top of mind.
Certainly.
After this year's... Do
Because
they call it
after-
a game now or is it a
After
dance?
watching this year's All-Star game, the real snorer that it was,
They really should play waltz music.
they shouldn't play it at all. It's a big ripoff.
well with a big bass and drum line. Napa scoreboard in the NBA: Miami, Philly, Boston, New Orleans, Utah, Chicago, Toronto, Denver, Sacramento, and the Clippers all win. Hockey: Ottawa wins in regulation. Calgary and Nashville win in double overtime. Top 25 college hoops: double overtime. Number 19, Texas beat Texas A&M 98-96. Overtime, Vanderbilt over South Carolina 99-90. Maryland upsetting number 17 Duke again 85-77, and Alabama beat Mississippi 69-58. And in Evanston, Illinois, Roderick Wilmot made a school record 9 3-pointers and a career-high 31 as Indiana makes a push for the NCAA tournament by beating Northwestern 69-65. I mention this because...
9 3-pointers?
9 3-pointers because the Associated Press photo that I have of Roderick Wilmot celebrating his at the end of the first half 3-pointer, we have to get this so more people can see this picture. It's either him celebrating his 3-pointer or auditioning for any Broadway show that you might want to mention. That's a fabulous photo. That's pure joy right there. Look at that. Isn't that great?
Explaining exactly how big it is.
Isn't that great?
I think that's an unfortunate photo.
Yes,
So
yes,
much
it is.
joy. L.A. outfielder, the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels. Outfielder Gary Matthews Jr. wouldn't get specific when asked yesterday about a published report that says his name is listed as a customer of a steroid distribution network. According to the Times Union of Albany, New York, Matthews, former baseball star Jose Canseco, and former heavyweight Evander Holyfield, the champ, are allegedly on a customer list for the 2 pharmacies in Orlando, Florida. And speaking of steroids, Giants slugger Barry Bonds has told a San Francisco radio station that he's receiving death threats before he renews his chase for Hank Aaron's career home run record. He did not reveal any details of the threats during an interview that lasted roughly 90 minutes. There's a lot of times I want to say I'm sorry to some of the fans. You're only strong to a point, and then you get nervous, Bond said, searching for pity. I added that. I'm kind of standoffish and stuff, and you can't really explain that. It's always a concern. It's happening. It's certainly unfortunate that I have to deal with something like this. Poor Barry. And
Just remember, in our society, as long as you're really good at something, you can do anything else you want.
Yes, and at times get away with it.
Oh, he fertilizes his lawn with little baby fetuses ground up. Fine, no problem. He hits home runs.
He's a home run king.
No problem. Okay with us.
From Portland, Maine, imagine being on a snowmobile gliding across a frozen lake when all of a sudden you see the ice disappear and you're facing open water.
Not good.
That happened to Gary Huntley. He was racing across one of the biggest lakes in Maine this past weekend, so he made a split-second decision that indeed saved his life. Huntley decided to speed up. He hit the water going 80, and although the snowmobile did slow down, he managed to glide over the waves for at least a mile, maybe 2, before reaching safety.
A mile
It's
on the water?
a dangerous practice known as skimming, and it's illegal in Maine, but authorities credit Huntley for doing the right thing.
What are they going to do? Give him a ticket for surviving?
Probably.
Oh, yeah, you made it through that. Good decision. Here's
by the way, it was $300.
You can send that in the mail at your earliest convenience.
How does this work exactly?
Another rider also survived by skimming, but a third is missing and presumed drowned. His snowmobile turned up in 30 feet of water. I don't know. There's some principle there.
How would you not? How would you happen to be coming upon 2 miles of open water and not see it?
I don't know.
Especially in Maine.
Global warming, Tom.
Oh,
No, I
what
can
it
understand
is?
why. I'm saying, wouldn't you see 2 miles of open water ahead?
I don't know.
You would think.
I would think you could.
Maybe
you
it's
might miss an acre.
Maybe the lake is an uphill or downhill lake. Or
I'm
you
guessing
wouldn't see it.
most lakes tend to be flat. I have yet to see one that has.
A big crest. Big crest of water.
My
on the
mistake.
other
They
side.
do curve, but it's
Maybe that's it. Maybe
very
it was a
very
curve.
slightly.
Maybe it was hitting around a curve.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Chickster. I'm just asking. I don't know. We have, speaking of sports, our first letter actually involves the world of sports. Dear Bob and Tom, I was attending my son's basketball game last night, writes Chris McCullough, when an interesting play occurred. An opposing player knocked the ball loose and went running toward the baseline to save the ball in bounds. As he got to the ball right at the baseline, he smacked the ball back in bounds in the direction of a teammate when the referee inadvertently got in the way.
Oh, really?
The game had to be delayed for a few minutes
Was the referee hit in
so that the referee could regain his bearings.
You mean his ball bearings?
Well,
Did he
you
get
added
crushed?
You added the ball bearings.
Uh-huh.
Could you please play the song "Trauma to the Groin"?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm not laughing at this poor referee. I'm sure it's very
No, I'm
painful
sure it was
to actually
unfortunate.
delay the game, and they have to make. Don't forget the popcorn stand is over.
Snowballs.
What's the matter with the referee? Well, the room just got a little humid for him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love those funny video shows, I just can't get enough. The cavalcade of concussions, boy, that's funny stuff. They're tripping in Poughkeepsie, they're slipping in Des Moines, but the ones that win $10,000 are all trauma to the groin. A trauma to the groin, boys, trauma to the groin. And nothing's quite as funny as a trauma to the groin. There is no wit more pretty, there is no joke divine, or limerick delicious as a trauma to the groin. Now Jacob was a small boy in a t-ball league, and his father stood behind him, coaching to succeed. The boy he swung with all his might, you should have seen Dad's face when the bat connected between first and second base. Oh, trauma to the groin, boys, trauma to the groin. Nothing's quite as funny as a trauma to the groin. There is no wit more pretty, there is no joke divine, or limerick delicious as a trauma to the groin. We wanted to collect the check from those video fools, so we taught our 3-year-old the running headbutt to the jewels. Too bad we left the lens cap on the camera by mistake, 'cause Grandpa weren't too happy about the second take. Oh, trauma to the groin, boys, trauma to the groin. And nothing's quite as funny as a trauma to the groin. There is no wit more pretty, there is no joke divine, or limerick delicious as a trauma to the groin. One day while in the garden, I stepped upon a rake. The blow intense and accurate, an impression it did make. My children caught it all on tape, thought it was the funniest thing, and I choked the curse out through my tears as they began to sing. Oh, a trauma to the groin, groin, boys. Trauma to the groin. Nothing's quite as funny as a trauma to the groin. There is no wit more pretty. There is no joke divine or limerick delicious as a trauma to the groin.
Bravo.
Well, I won the money, though I failed to see the joke. Hey, each to his own, I guess. And most of the dough, well, don't you know, paid the bill to the EMS. So let us see a show of hands, and let it be resolved that a trauma's much more funny if your own groin's not involved. Oh, a trauma to the groin, boys, trauma to the boys. Nothing's quite as funny as a trauma to the groin. There is no wit more pretty. There is no joke divine or limerick delicious as a trauma to the groin.
So true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That poor ref. Man.
The room's getting humid. Once again, we send that out to a referee somewhere in greater Cincinnati who had a little bit of trauma to the groin yesterday during the game. But I understand all is well.
Well, that's good.
Everything's back intact.
He could finish the game, the referee could?
As I understand it, yes. The referee finished the game. So congratulations, sir. That, by the way, was Haywood Banks. Haywood's on his way to a place called Barrel of Laughs in Findlay, Ohio, Friday and Saturday, which got us yesterday on the topic of names for comedy clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if there was a comedy club called Benny Ha-Ha's that actually would cook Japanese food at the table and do comedy.
That would probably be an infringement on a copyright.
I don't know. I think it could be considered parody.
No, parody, but not if you're doing the Japanese food, unless of course the guy is not really cooking. He's just it's just there for show, and you're eating raw food.
I don't want
a former employee of Benihana.
I don't want a
disgruntled employee of Benihana.
I don't want a
Pepe.
I don't want a.
That must be Pepe.
I don't want a comedian giving me any raw food. Now that I think about it. It turns out I did some research. There is a Benny Ha-Ha's, but it's a corn dog place.
The corn dog.
Really? Do they make the corn in front of you?
I don't know. It's corn dogs. Seriously.
We mix it fresh, right in front of you.
I'm totally serious.
You know what?
Is there a place called Laugh Your Ass Off?
With a donkey?
I don't know. There is a Sir Laughs a Lot, and then
that always
various.
I love corn dogs.
Variations on Funny Bone. What do you?
Oh,
so you got him when you start thinking about food.
We're not talking about
corn
we're not
dogs.
talking about comedy clubs named after food.
Mm-hmm. Crackers.
There you go. See, that's another one.
Yeah. What about a Sprouts? Or
I don't think there's a Sprouts
Comedy Club.
But in any event,
maybe that's what I should do after this
Haywood's
dog and pony show.
Haywood's at Barrel of Laughs.
Because I'm a people person.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, you start now. We're going to take a short break. Coming up, comedians Greg Morton, Eric Hunter, John Garrett, all joining us this morning. Your letters, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, on our website at bobandtom.com, we always have links to our guests. And something special going on today. We have reordered and reprinted, and we have in stock the classic Bob and Tom album, Camel Toe. Out of print for a while. Well, it's back, and it's free. What? With the purchase of any double CD or any of our doubles or triple CDs on the website. So act now while they're still around. But a free copy of the legendary Camel Toe CD. Go to bobandtom.com. It's posted right there at the top with a tremendous photograph, by the way, of our first guest comedian. Have you seen that photograph of Greg Morton?
Oh, yeah.
I think his wife must have not. Isn't she a photographer?
Yes, she is.
That's a beautiful photograph. I can't say the same for necessarily all the rest of our guests, but there's also a great picture of Richard Bowden, whose song The Munchies is now in the top 40 in Texas. Richard eating a hot dog.
Yeah, that's a hot dog.
In Red Square. We're going to take a break. Come right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Doug. I'm giving away free Who tickets all day today, right after Bob and Tom, and right here, Q95. Q95 traffic.
From the Collision Solutions Traffic Center, one crash at Emerson at 30th. Wet roads greet you this morning, overnight rain. And then we have the Super 70 project starting up later on today. They'll start striping and putting some restrictions between the North Split and 465 on Interstate 70. Get traffic info on demand before you leave home or work. Q95.com, keyword traffic.
Thinking about living in a luxurious new home? Now is the perfect time. Drees is offering personal incentive packages with special values tailored just for you. And Dries has over 25 beautiful new homes ready now. For details, visit DriesHomes.com.
Charges have been set. Ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blow up faster with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. It's the fastest internet in Indiana for the price, as low as $14.99 a month. Look, you're at work all day, but home is where you work on what you love. So why wouldn't you have a good internet connection to support you? Go to att.com/one or call 1-800-PIC-ATT and help what you do on the side take center stage. And you want that to happen as fast as possible, right? AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, from the most complete provider for the way you live. TV, broadband, home phone, and wireless. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Comparison to major broadband providers. Residential customers only. Requires qualifying AT&T local service. For details of additional charges and terms, call 1-866-416-6471 toll free or visit att.com/offer details.
Don't move your feet. Special guest, the Tragically Hip. I get the music gazing at you. The Who, live, March 6th, Conseco Fieldhouse. Tickets on sale now at Conseco Fieldhouse. Ticketmaster, charged by phone or livenation.com. The Who, live, uncut, uncensored, unrepentant.
The champions of the football world are the Indianapolis Colts.
That's what it sounds like when you win the Super Bowl. Now imagine what it's like to hear and see it. Relive the Indianapolis Colts' epic journey to Super Bowl 41 glory with the new DVD from NFL Films, NFL Super Bowl 41 Champions, the Indianapolis Colts, featuring 3 hours of non-stop, jaw-dropping action. This DVD captures all of the critical moments and the crucial plays of the Colts' run to the NFL title. From the sweat of training camp to the courage of the comeback against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. This chronicles Coach Dungy, Manning, Harrison, Greeny, and the rest of the team as they battled for football supremacy. It's a must-have for any Colts fan. Get the NFL Super Bowl 41 Champions, the Indianapolis Colts DVD. Available everywhere DVDs are sold.
Are you a little freaked out by the idea of shopping for an engagement ring? Well, guys, this is Tom Shane, and I do feel your pain. And the shopping experience at most other jewelry stores doesn't exactly make things any easier. That's why I designed the Shane Company experience to be far superior on every level. It starts with our engagement ring experts. They're not on commission, so you're not under pressure to buy. At most jewelers, you're stuck choosing from the handful of diamonds in their showcases. But Shane Company has thousands of diamonds to choose from. Because we import our diamonds with no middleman markups, you get the lowest price and best value. Look, you're shopping for a ring she's going to wear forever, and you want to feel comfortable and confident. And I promise, that's what you'll experience at Shane Company.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business, the Shane Company, just east of I-69 on 96th Street and Hague Road. Open Monday through Friday till 8, Saturday and Sunday till 5, online at shaneco.com.
This month at the Car Lot.
That's car with a K.
They're gonna double your tax refund up to $1,000. Your refund's $1,000, they'll give you $2,000. Because you want stuff. You want a newer truck. You want more cash. You need a newer minivan. You want more cash. With your double refund, you can finally get the stuff you need. Shop for your next car, truck, or minivan at the Car Lot.
That's car with a K.
And get more cash.
That's cash with a C.
The Car Lot, 9059 Pendleton Pike, Indianapolis.
625 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. Coming up, you might have heard about it. Tickets to see The Who at Conseco Fieldhouse coming up Tuesday, March 6th, just around the corner. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Welcome to the month of March. By the way, Christy, quick forecast.
Our forecast. Flood watch in effect today. Periods of rain and thunderstorms, high 58. Tonight, cloudy, rain, thunderstorms possible, low 32. Cloudy, breezy, and colder on Friday, high 42. Currently, it's 41 degrees. Our weather brought to you by Runyon Equipment Rental. Don't be a tool, rent one.
Thanks very much, Christy. Other interesting news, we have second row Brian Regan tickets coming up. Great comedian Brian Regan, and he's doing his thing Sunday night at the Murat Theater. So we'll have those tickets coming up later this morning as well, so stick around.
Good morning from the Napa Studios. It's the Bob and Tom Show. There are lots of ways to reach us, including by email. Just type in send to bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom, and we want to know, where are you going on your next romantic getaway?
Well, how about 3 days and 2 nights in Las Vegas at a resort?
And get this, you don't pay a dime for it. That's right. Act like a high roller in Vegas and pay nothing for it.
It's all part of the celebration of Las Vegas's 5-star resort, Tahiti Village.
Tahiti Village wants you to get out of Dodge.
Stir up a little romantic magic.
And showcase their newest resort in the most exciting city on earth with a complimentary second honeymoon all on Tahiti Village.
Come on, you know you deserve it. You know you want it. Las Vegas is calling. So get on down to Vegas for the time of your life.
So stop what you're doing and call this special toll-free number, 877-30-VEGAS, right now.
And as an added bonus, if you call right now, they're going to throw in tickets to a hot show right on the Strip.
Can you say, high roller treatment, baby? Call 877-30-VEGAS for all the exciting details and other fantastic offers. That's 877-30-VEGAS. Call now.
Hello, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. Chick has his hand up.
Yes, Chick.
May I be excused from today's show?
You may.
I may be leaving early anyway.
You can't be excused.
Doing well.
Uh-oh. Is little Miss Christie sick?
Got some cramps.
Is Aunt Martha coming?
Hey, listen, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Listen to this.
If she doesn't get here soon, I'm going to explode. What?
Oh, boy.
Listen to what?
Aunt Martha?
Yeah, Aunt Martha comes to visit. Yeah.
Oh, the painters are in? Oh, my
No, they're not here yet.
Do we have to share this with everyone?
Well, I think
yes, I think everyone should be warned.
I think all our regular listeners, especially, should be aware of her cycle.
We're at DEFCON 5, man.
I think that's
there isn't a banner on the CBS Evening News. Katie Couric is flowing. Back off.
You don't understand how much. Never mind.
By the way,
I don't deny that it's painful and unpleasant, but do you have to share it with everybody?
By the way, there's a new television series, NBC.
You're going to be miserable.
NBC is really on Thursday nights. The Office, and to a certain extent, My Name is Earl, and 30 Rock.
Don't you knock My Name is Earl.
I love My Name is Earl.
I can't get past the narration.
You're an idiot.
Drives me crazy. Anyway, the 30 Rock, they were cleaning Brian Williams' office, because it's a show about a variety show on NBC. So they all work at 30 Rock and all these.
It's about Saturday Night Live. That's what it's about. Essentially.
Okay. Anyway, it's at they all work together at NBC, and there's one of the pages is cleaning Brian Williams' office, and he's finding it's just a mess every morning, I guess, and there's birdseed and
you name
weird stuff everywhere, and on the wall in Sharpie, they were cleaning up, and it had a smear like they'd already cleaned off some of the words. But the letters that were left was KATCOUSUC.
Really?
Trying to wipe it off. So,
yeah, Katie Couric.
Very funny. Watch 30 Rock. It's very funny. Go ahead.
Well, Christy, think you're feeling bad.
What happened?
Lothar Gunther Buchheim.
Why are you using an accent like a Mission Impossible?
What about Mr. Buchheim?
He is gone, sadly. He died at the age of 89. He was the author of the international bestseller Das Boot.
Oh, great movie. A lot of sweating.
Which became an
Let me translate for you, Chick. The boat.
Das means the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember Das Boot, Christy? He caught pneumonia, sadly, and died after going outside without his coat. Das Boot.
Did I mention I wasn't feeling well?
I take back everything I've ever said.
How in the world could you want to leave this program?
God, you're stupid.
You see?
That is remarkable.
He didn't have Das Boot. I'm sorry. I was inspired. I was inspired by our discussion the other day with Brian Regan.
Oh, my God.
My pet peeve right now
is
is announcers who
go into the Spanish.
Go into the Spanish all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be speaking English, and then whenever they get to well, of course, then I was done Mexico. And they always sound like they've just filled their mouth with marbles when they do it. And as Brian Regan said, what if they did that for
every other
ethnic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we were heading to China when we arrived in.
This is Connie Chung.
Of course, my daughter attends kindergarten, and
it's really becoming annoying, and it's happening more and more and more. Oh boy,
That's
anyway,
true.
Sorry, so that's where Das Boot came from.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see the movie Das Boot?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
Good movie.
A lot of sweating. Great movie.
Isn't it a war film or something?
Watch the
hold
longer,
your breath a lot.
The longer version's great.
You feel very confined. It's a very, very fine
Very
movie.
confined into what? A boat?
Yeah,
Yes. Submarine.
So it's a primitive submarine. Okay. Now where were we? Christy Lee is at the news desk. Did you have anything for starters?
A granny found a grenade in her groceries and called police.
Bad.
74-year-old Olga Mariello of Italy bought a sack of potatoes at her local market. Discovered
where was she from?
Italy.
Oh, Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
Italy?
Italy. Discovered a live grenade among the spuds as she was cleaning them in preparation for dinner. Police said the grenade, which had no pin and was still active,
Oh my God.
was the same type used by U.S. soldiers in Europe in World War II.
Are you kidding me?
No, police believe the mix-up happened at a farm in France where the grenade was plucked from the ground along with the potatoes.
Wow.
How
did it not go off?
I don't know.
Well, grenades are part of a low-fat, high-shrapnel diet.
Yes, they are.
Right.
You can.
Really?
It would have been funny had it been in a batch of pineapples.
Sure.
But,
Man, it was still active and no
Yeah.
pin.
Some people in Washington State are knitting hats, mittens, and sweaters for dolphins.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
you know what? I am going home.
It's just the way of needling the Navy. The knitters are protesting the Navy's plans to use dolphins from San Diego to guard a Trident submarine base in near the cold state of Washington. The Navy insists the dolphins won't get the chills. The animals will patrol for only 2 hours apiece before being returned to their heated enclosures.
First of all, how cool is this that we have guard dolphins?
Dolphins.
Second of all, the dolphins are happy. They're working. They've got a job. They're getting fish, probably.
I don't know though. The heated enclosure.
do you put a be aware of dolphin sign?
Yeah, these aren't your friendly dolphins.
Your typical dolphins.
These are your Das Boot German Shepherd dolphins.
Right.
I did that swimming with the dolphins thing. Which I no longer approve of that. By the way, not that anyone cares.
What?
They're
starting to use biodegradable rope on their tails now, Tom.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
The dolphins, they keep them in this sort of little pen. And I thought it was kind of a thing you'd go out swim in the wild, and the dolphins
they would swim away, Tom.
What the hell's your problem?
Are you kidding me? They hate it as much as you do.
And
They don't like you.
and it's very creepy because I am not.
They'll hump your leg just like dog would.
I'm not making this up. They make a real big deal out of the fact.
And
that
they will.
you can't touch the dolphins in certain areas because if you do, they'll get aroused, and that throws a whole different.
And don't they actually? They know the difference between the male and female swimmer, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's an odor. They can smell their menstruation, I think, is what.
How could they notice? We're in the ocean.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Oh,
that's what happened there.
You're swimming. Huh? We'll never get
Doesn't everybody smell like fish in the ocean?
No.
But I think that has a special odor.
Thanks for bringing that up again. Not necessary and off the subject. In any event.
But I mean, they can actually tell the difference between a man and a woman, and they will. They'll kind of. They like swimming with the ladies a lot more than they do with the men.
Well, what if they're a girl dolphin?
Well, they're lesbian dolphins.
Oh,
Absolutely.
You know what, though?
Well documented.
Every guy's guy out there heard girl dolphin, and they went, wait a minute. I might be into that. I might be into that. I don't know.
I am I believe. Hey, can you see if we have our Kiwi Rogers dolphin tribute? I think we've actually finally posted that somewhere. I'd like to hear that. That's one of my favorites.
Really?
Coming up in a few minutes, comedian Greg Morton, comedian Eric Hunter, comedian John Garrett, all joining us this morning.
You ready?
Yes, I love this one.
Let me ask you more about your dad. Now, someone told me that your dad was a singer. Is that true?
No, he's not a singer. He was one of those guys. I mean, not only being cheap, he was the kind of guy that sit in front of the TV set and tried to sing everything on the tube.
Oh, Lord.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but his whole thing was to jazz it up, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
And so one day we're watching Flipper. Right? And you know how that flipper tune.
They call him Flipper.
No, the kids, we're just singing flipping faster than like my dad would just jazz up. Come on. No one in the sea is smarter than he. And you know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder. Lying here under the sea. Talking about Flipper.
That's Kiwi.
Look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Talking about Flipper. Yeah.
Killer dolphins.
Dolphins guarding submarines. That sounds interesting. Okay. Christy, what else have you got?
Speaking of animals, a pair of month-old Sumatran tiger twins and 2 5-month-old orangutans have been fast friends and playmates at an Indonesian zoo in an unlikely friendship. A zookeeper at the Taman Safari Zoo said this is unusual and would never happen in the wild. Like human babies, they only want to play. After being abandoned by their mother shortly after birth, the 4 babies share a room in the zoo's nursery where they play fight with each other, then cuddle up together to sleep. But veterinarian Retno Sudavarti said the friendship likely won't last long since the animal's natural instincts will kick in as they grow. Tiger looks at orangutan. Ooh, yummy.
Food.
Yeah.
Baby looks like lunch.
Yeah. Yes.
It's time to play the game, Where's Your Carotid Artery? Let's play that game.
No, I was trying to play, Where's the orangutan? He's down here in the belly.
There's a...
Okay, before you open your mail today, I've got a unusual news story, and we have to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're also going to feature comedian Greg Morton. We have something from Donnie Baker coming up, so stick around. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I've got free tickets to check out The Who. Win them today with me, Laura Steele, from 3 until 7 after Jimmy Mad Dog made us on Q95.
This is a Q95 news update from Wish TV's 24-hour News 8.
Good morning. I'm Scott Sander at the 24-hour newsroom. Wall Street bounced back from Tuesday's sudden slide fairly well. The Dow jumped 52 points in midweek trading. Asian markets this morning are still struggling, though. Early trading has the numbers down again. John McCain chose the David Letterman Show to confirm rumors of a presidential run. The Arizona senator told the Late Show audience he plans on launching a formal campaign sometime in April. Some drivers in Hobart are all wet. A gas station in town served up water instead of gas from its pumps. The owner says a crack let the water leak into his holding tanks. Your forecast from Randy Alla. Showers and storms today. Expect a few of them to be severe. We'll have a high of 55. More on these stories on News 8. Our next update here in an hour on Q95.
Q95 traffic.
From the Collision Solutions Traffic Center, rural at Brookside Avenue, a crash with entry. Also wrapping up a crash on Emerson at 30th Street, and the Super 70 project gets underway later on today. Striping and lane restrictions again later on this afternoon. Traffic sponsored by Southside Harley. Get traffic info on demand before you leave home or work. Q95.com, keyword traffic.
It's spring cleaning time at Southside Harley-Davidson. This Saturday and Sunday, March 3rd and 4th, take an additional 15% off already reduced clearance items during the Southside Harley clearance sale. That's this Saturday and Sunday. Some item exclusions apply. I-65 and Southport Road, exit 103.
Buy for 40% off new during the prepaid sell-off at Hare Chevrolet. Hare Chevy selling 85 vehicles with 30 to 40% of their original cost prepaid. Like Chevy HHRs. These sell new for $19,000 at other dealers. But Hare Chevys prepaid their price down to $11,900. Loaded Silverados that MSRP for over $35,000 are prepaid down to $21,000. Even new body style Suburbans have 40% of their value prepaid. Hare Chevy's got loaded Suburbans with leather, not for $50,000 like at other dealers, but for just $33,900. It's cars, trucks, and SUVs, 60 cents on the dollar. So if you owe too much on your current vehicle, if you're over the miles on your lease, or if credit's keeping you from having a low payment, let Hare Chevy get you right side up. Don't miss the prepaid sell-off through Monday night at Indiana's largest Hare Chevrolet on Highway 37 North in Noblesville. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or surf hareauto.com for details. Hare and Chevy, an American Revolution.
Welcome to another edition of Subway Restaurant's Real Value Update. Dateline USA. All across this great country of ours, thousands of ordinary citizens are flocking to the streets and lining up around the block in unrivaled anticipation of something new, something tasty, waiting to get a great deal for lunch or dinner. From the largest burgers to the smallest hamlet, the lines all lead to Subway restaurants, where people just like you discover real value, seemingly from a bygone era. And it's only at Subway restaurants, where for a limited time, you can get a fresh value meal for just $4.99 or less. Choose from 9 delicious regular 6-inch subs, add chips and a 21-ounce drink, and you've got an unbelievable meal at an unbeatable price. You heard correctly. Fresh value meals for $4.99 or less. It's real value, and it's only at Subway restaurants. For a limited time only, see participating restaurants for details. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc. Subway. Eat fresh.
February's extremely cool winter weather has made staying warm and managing your energy costs a challenge. That's why at Duke Energy, we offer ways to help you become more energy efficient and a payment plan that makes energy budgeting more predictable. It's called budget billing, and it levels out the seasonal ups and downs of your energy bill. You'll find details at dukeenergy.com. Just click on Lower Your Winter Bill. And while you're online, take a few minutes to use our new energy calculator for your home or business. It's free and easy, and we'll show you how you can save 10 to 50% on your winter energy bills. Our energy calculator is just one of dozens of energy-saving ideas from Duke Energy. To find out more or to sign up for budget billing, simply go to dukeenergy.com and click on Lower Your Winter Bill or call 1-866-2-ENERGY. That's 1-866-2 and ENERGY. Stay warm and manage your energy costs with Duke Energy's budget billing.
The American Heart Association says a diet rich in antioxidants promotes a healthy heart. That's a delicious reason to drink Welch's 100% grape juice. It's loaded with natural antioxidants with no added sugar. Help protect your heart with Welch's 100% grape juice.
Hello, 642 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Sorry. Coming up, a letter of the week.
Really?
Yes. I'm sorry.
I thought our menage a trois was the letter of the week.
Yeah.
Well, that may be the letter of the year, but just a second.
Okay.
Coming up today, 9 to 5, tickets to see The Who in concert next Tuesday at Conseco Fieldhouse. Also, tickets to see Brian Regan, comedian, Sunday night at the Murat Theater coming up. Christy Lee has a quick weather forecast. Christy?
The weather from Forecast 8 on Q95. Flood watch in effect today. Periods of rain and thunderstorms, high 58. Cloudy, rain, thunderstorm possible tonight, low 32. Cloudy, breezy, colder on Friday, high 42. Currently 41 degrees.
Chick McGee.
Purdue beat Minnesota 66-47 last night. Keep their tournament hopes alive. Roderick Wilmot, 31 points. Record 9 3-pointers. IU beats Northwestern 69-65. And that man convicted of hitting former Pacer guard Steven Jackson with a car during a fight outside a strip club has been sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Wow.
23-year-old Dion Wilford ordered to pay Jackson $1,400 for dental work he needed after the incident.
That was quick.
Jeez.
I think he needed that dental work before he got hit by the car, but that's just...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. Coming up, a very important letter. Please don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Got it.
This is very important, health and safety. This portion of our show right now brought to you by
Home Depot. Hello, friends. This is Santa Claus.
Don't sing as Santa Claus.
What?
Are you going to
What
sing?
does Santa Claus have to do with Home
vacation?
Depot?
Wintertime.
This is my Santa Claus.
It doesn't sound like Santa Claus.
Wintertime is the season we feel the effects on our heating and gas bills. Ho, ho, ho.
It's not Christmas season.
So no
don't do Santa Claus.
I've got something concerning what you just said. But it's not Christmas season.
Could we?
As the 2006 Energy Star Retail Partner of the Year, Home Depot is the destination for making your home more energy efficient. Improvement ideas, innovations, know-how, and products that can help you keep your bills lower. The Home Depot has over 2,000 energy-saving products like insulation, caulking, programmable thermostats, tankless water heaters. Bob, it's a tankless job.
I know it is.
CFL light bulbs and many other products.
Irish?
No.
Cartoon.
Mafia. Cartoon Mafia.
Oh, sorry.
It's a tankless Bob job. Bob job. What did I say?
Bob job. That's a whole new realm of...
Save energy and save money with the Home Depot selection of Energy Star qualified washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, and other energy-saving and quality appliances. The Home Depot has the associates. I don't work at Home Depot. I'm an associate. And in-store clinics to teach you about winterizing products. Go to homedepot.com/energy. The Home Depot. You can do it, and we can help.
Thanks very much, Chickster. Big fan of the Home Depot. In fact, I was just there purchasing something that actually has something to do with this next letter.
Oh, boy.
Really? How long were you there?
Was that before or after you went to Radio Shack?
I didn't go to the Home Depot and Radio Shack the same trip.
I see.
Really?
Yes, but so this is important, so
All
don't go mocking here.
Okay.
No, I'm not mocking.
Dear Bob and Tom, while camping in our brand new camper, we woke up in the middle of the night. This is a letter from a gentleman named Grant. We woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of our carbon monoxide detector going off.
Oh, my.
Now, this is serious stuff.
Sure it is.
Carbon monoxide detector is very important. If you don't have one, by all means, get one.
Right.
Especially if you have any kind of gas, heat, or stove or whatever.
Right.
Very important. I can't emphasize the importance of a carbon monoxide detector enough. Home Depot, among other places, has them. Go buy one. Now, so once again, we return to the trailer.
Right.
And these things it's very important if you have any kind of a trailer or something to have a carbon monoxide detector in one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So we are back in the middle of the night. The thing's going off. We return to the letter. We frantically searched our trailer to see what was going on because we hadn't turned anything on that used gas.
Okay.
After searching for a while, we found out that apparently one of our 4 dogs had an episode of flatulence so profound it set the detector off.
No kidding.
Is that true? Wow.
I didn't know that was possible. I guess in a confined space with 4 dogs, if one of them has a...
Why?
You fill the air with methane, it's going to kill you.
Well, I mean,
didn't we have a story about a gentleman who passed away during sleep and it was methane poisoning? He had so much gas. Didn't we have that?
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I don't think that's possible, but in any event, it just shows that
I'm right dance.
It shows that the detectors are sensitive enough to
pick up.
Yeah. Now, in my situation, mine went off, and it was very serious. It turned out I had an undetectable carbon monoxide leak in my furnace a couple years ago. We would have all been dead had we not had carbon monoxide detectors. So on a serious note, please talk to a firefighting professional about what you might need. And most fire departments are happy to help you with this sort of thing. So that and smoke detectors more important than anything you own.
Have your dogs ever had gas so bad that it wakes you from a sleep? And then you get up and look
to the floor to see if someone,
that happens.
age group anymore. I do actually which is now the Naked Brothers Band. Now, what kind of band is that name for?
Are they naked?
That's what I said. I go, are they naked? And my little 8-year-old goes, Mom, that would be crazy. Why would they do that?
Because of, why isn't there a naked girls band?
if the Dixie Chicks were naked, I might like their music. I don't know. Okay.
I don't think I want to see them naked.
The Naked Brothers?
I like that one.
The Dixie Chicks?
I like that one.
So.
Natalie Maines?
Okay, let's move forward. The point is, this is from Da Vinci's Notebook. Actually, this particular song is featured in the Bob and Tom Camel Toe collection.
I'd ride her dirty.
All right.
The Camel Toe collection, which we're giving away right now with the purchase of any Bob and Tom double CD or triple CD on our website. It's a special thing. We just reprinted Camel Toe just for this occasion, so check it out at bobandtom.com. Here are the boys from Da Vinci's Notebook.
Declaration of my feelings for you. Elaboration on those feelings. Description of how long these feelings have existed. Belief that no one else could feel the same as I. Reminiscence on the pleasant times we shared. And our relationship's perfection. Recounting of the steps that led to our love's dissolution, mostly involving my unfaithfulness and lies. Penitent admission of wrongdoing, discovery of the depth of my affection, regret over the lateness of my epiphany. Title of the song, naive expression of love, reluctance to accept that you are gone. Request to turn back time and rectify my wrongs. Repetition of the title of the song. Enumeration of my various transgressive actions. Of insufficient motivation. Realization that these actions led to your departure. And my resultant lack of sleep and appetite. Renunciation of my past insensitive behavior. Promise of my reformation. Reassurance that you still are foremost in my thoughts now. Need for instructions how to gain your trust again. Request for reconciliation. Listing of the numerous tasks that I'd perform. A physical and emotional compensation. Title of the song, naive expression of love, reluctance to accept that you are gone. Request to turn back time, rectify my wrongs. Repetition, the title of the song. Acknowledgement that I acted foolishly, increasingly desperate, pleas for your return, sorrow for my infidelity, the vain hope that my sins are forgivable, appeal for one more opportunity, drop to my knees to elicit a crowd response, prayers to my chosen deity, modulation, and I hold a high note. Naive expression of love, reluctance to accept that you are gone. Request to turn back time, rectify my wrongs. Title of the song. And I'm making so much money, I'm going to space. You must stop regurgitating. We're sending you out to do special experiments.
There you go, Da Vinci's Notebook. Wow. And in honor of the great boy bands and title of the song. It's completely self-explanatory.
Yep.
One of the many featured songs in the Bob and Tom Camel Toe collection that includes such long-lost classics.
As Camel Toe.
As Camel Toe, The Toy, gosh, it goes on forever. The song Taint. The famous
Isn't it Paul Thorne's A Great Day on there also?
Paul Thorne's Great Day.
This is one of our best
Pat
CDs
Daly
ever.
Out Drinking. Oh, my God. I can't even.
Pat Daly's Out Drinking is on that too?
Oh, this is awesome.
How do we get that?
Oh, it's free on our website if you buy any of our double or triple CDs. So it's
Star by your name, Christy.
We'll be featuring that. We'll feature the Camel Toe CD today. A lot of long lost classics on there. We're going to take a short break.
Really?
Come right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Dog. I'm giving away free Who tickets all day today, right after Bob and Tom, and right here, Q95.
Q95 traffic.
On crash working, it is with injury. Southbound rural Keystone at Brookside Avenue. Be aware of that on the Near East Side. And then in that same general area, the Super 70 project gets underway. Preliminary work starting later on, and lane restrictions and striping going on between the North Split and 465. Traffic is service of Midas. Get traffic info on demand before you leave home or work at Q95.com. Keyword traffic.
Get lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes installed for just $89.95 per axle. You'll never have to buy replacement pads or shoes for as long as you own your car. Ceramic pads, additional parts and labor extra. See manager for limited guarantee terms. Most vehicles not valid with discount offers. Prices and participation may vary.
Don't move your feet.
We don't get fooled again. Sure plays a mean tune. Why don't you all fade away? Tell me who are you? When I say I love you, you say you better. When my fist cranches crack it over the sound.
With special guest, the Tragically Hip.
I get the music gazing at you.
The Who, live, March 6th, Conseco Fieldhouse. Tickets on sale now at Conseco Fieldhouse. Ticketmaster, charged by phone or liveNation.com. The Who, live, uncut, uncensored, unrepentant.
Describe my world in 10 words or less. My world is trying to fit 25 hours into 24. Oh, I gotta run.
Whatever your world is about, AT&T can deliver it. Need to get things done faster? For as low as $14.99 a month, AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet is the fastest internet in Indiana for the price. It gives you the speed you need for faster connections to deliver all the things you do online. Working from home, paying bills, emailing family and friends, sharing photos, streaming video, shopping, downloading movies and music, and with connections this fast, you won't need 25 hours. No wonder we're the nation's largest provider of broadband DSL. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT or visit att.com. AT&T is the most complete provider for the way you live with TV, broadband, home phone, and wireless. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
Comparison of major broadband providers. Residential customers only. Requires qualifying AT&T local service. For details of additional charges and terms, call 1-866-416-6471 toll free or visit att.com/offer details.
Mirage Shrine presents the world's proudest circus tradition as part of an all-new circus extravaganza, March 1st through the 4th at the Pepsi Coliseum. Tickets are on sale now at the Mirage Shrine box office and all Ticketmaster ticket centers. See performing tigers and elephants, aerial artistry, feats of skill and daring, and the antics of circus clowns. And by request, direct from Russia, are the fabulous Smirnoffs with their Quick Change Magic Act. Proceeds from this circus benefit the Mirage Shrine and are not tax deductible. Get your tickets today and we'll see you March 1st through the 4th at the Mirage Shrine Circus.
Benjamin Franklin is the punctual plumber with the guarantee. If there's any delay, it's you we pay. Call Ben toll-free, 866-867-5309.
Top 3 reasons my house is getting a makeover. Number 3, once upon a time I had beige carpets. Then I had boys. Number 2, somehow my oven can heat an entire kitchen, but only half a pie. And number 1, I can take the after photos before I have to pay for it.
Right now, get special deferred financing on purchases store-wide with your Home Depot Consumer Credit Card. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help. Offer valid through March 7th in U.S. only. See store for details.
Borat, with 30 minutes more outrageous footage. Borat, own it on DVD Tuesday.
Yeah. 7 o'clock at WFBQ Indianapolis. Q95, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. We're going to hook up with a bunch of comedians this morning, including Greg Morton, Eric Hunter, John Garrett. Greg is at Crackers in Broad Ripple, and we'll talk with Greg in just a second. We've got a great picture of him on our website, by the way. Now, before we move on, Christy Lee has a very quick forecast. Christy?
The weather from Forecast 8 on Q95, calling for a flood watch today.
Say, hubby, you're not going to be happy. White women having to marry white women. You're not going to be happy till Greg Morton gets out the whip and does the whole Mandingo thing right in front of you. Is that what you want?
The whip. No one said anything about.
Well, hey, bass solo, very, very bad.
Bass solo.
All I asked for was one electronic device, but no. There's the phone.
All right, morning, Bob and Tom show.
Bonjour, Bob and Tom.
Bonjour, Pepe.
Pepe Lescrotem.
Hello, Pepe.
Pepe Lescrotem. Hey, Pepe, we have a Canadian in here, which has no particular bearing. You're from France, right, Pepe?
Oui, of course, and I'm so upset this morning.
Why is that?
I have just heard the horrible, terrible news.
What?
about the veal stew.
Calm down. Calm down.
Pepe, that was not a news story.
Terrible news. I cannot believe
It's a little heavy today.
Pepe, we're just trying. Christy's trying to learn French. This is last year was the year of the single Christy. This year is the year of the French Christy.
Yes.
Maybe, Pepe, maybe you could help Christy with a French lesson.
Oui. What do you need, Christy? You are learning French?
Oui.
Oui. Okay, there are only 3 words you need to know in French.
Oh, really? What are those?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey, Pepe.
Merci beaucoup.
Pepe, since you might have missed the rest of the news, since you're calling from Europe, you probably already know about this. But Lothar Gunther Buchheim, the famous writer, died over the weekend.
I've never heard it pronounced so beautifully.
Well, now, again, he was Lothar Gunther Buchheim.
Oh, is European your native tongue?
Thank you.
European, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
That's the language.
Yes, Monsieur. He was the author, of course, of Das Boot, which was made into a great film, but sadly he caught pneumonia. As I pointed out, he went outside without his coat. Das Coot. Do you have your coat with you, Christy?
I carry it with me all the time.
I bet it's really nice.
It's warm.
That's on the outside.
Humid.
A little.
Now in France they call it the couture. Is that correct?
No, the R's are always silent.
Couture.
Oh, not le.
I believe it is
La.
le bouche.
Okay.
Ferme des bouches.
Fermez les bouches.
Fermez les bouches, shut your mouth.
Oh, that's not right. I think it's open. No.
Fermez means to
It
close.
does not mean open your bush, if that's what you were thinking.
I love that beer. It's my favorite beer.
You speak for yourself, Chris.
Okay, I'm sorry, Pepe. We have to run, Pepe.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Now, see you later. Now, lacouté, is that something you ask a pregnant woman?
What is lacouté?
Are you lacutating?
I don't know. These are all. Okay, we have to correct a couple things. Let's see. From Snopes.com.
Dolphins don't wear sweaters. We know that.
No. This is a chick had claimed that a man had died from flatulence.
Yes.
A terrible diet and a room with no ventilation are being blamed for the death of a man who was killed by his own gas.
There's a story right there.
No,
See?
this is the urban legend.
Oh.
There was no mark on his body. An autopsy showed large amounts of methane gas in his system. His diet, blah, 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 blah. According to Snopes, this is an urban legend.
How can we test it?
Well, I guess we could.
Everyone likes
serve up a good bean diet and see what happens.
Everyone likes their own brown,
beans
don't they?
and cork.
So, in any event, it's not correct. I also understand that it would be impossible for a dog to have enough flatulence to shoot off a carbon monoxide detector.
Really?
Well, maybe the detector is defective.
Okay.
You don't know my dog.
Dear Bob and Tom, recently an episode of Mythbusters, I love that show.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
On the Discovery Channel, aired in which they decided to deal with the news story you recently spoke about regarding the man who apparently died of his own flatulence. They rigged a bathtub flatulence collecting contraption, and they were able to collect the sample. They had the sample analyzed to find out its gaseous components, and upon further experiments came to the conclusion that one would have to have a 161-hour period of continuous flatulence in order to create enough methane to kill someone in their sleep.
I've done that.
Thanks, Phil from Charleston.
Absolutely.
I know we were part of that 160 hours.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, I was moving around during that 161 hours.
No, you slept. You certainly probably slept 161 hours straight.
Well, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If I don't get 16 hours a night, I don't feel right. Plus my 11 to 4 nap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like the sleeping habits of a cat.
Or
a bear.
Or a koala bear.
Now, this, of course, is the month of March. March has just started today, and March, and you probably aren't aware of this, Greg, but here in America, March is the month of office pools.
Oh, yes, March Madness.
Because of college basketball, the only office that doesn't have a pool is that of the NCAA. Although you have you have to wonder if there's an unofficial pool even there.
Someplace.
But every office has a pool. It's just fun. It's fun.
Yes. And every year there's always a story after the NCAAs or just before the big final game that a big office raid is taking place and police are arresting poor people who were part of the office pool.
And then there's the news story that billions of dollars in productivity were lost because people were actually enjoying themselves, a little camaraderie, maybe watching a game or two. Oh, dear God, this country's going to come to an end.
$2.1 billion in productivity.
But that's not the only
two.
That's not the only pool.
No.
Dear Bob and Tom, my office has a pool here to see who gets buried first, James Brown or Anna Nicole Smith.
It looks like Anna Nicole Smith.
I think Anna's going to beat it.
Yeah, they finally have come to an agreement. Mama dropped her lawsuit yesterday. So.
Oh, white trashina.
Anna Nicole Smith will be buried in the Bahamas after all. Yesterday, a Florida appeals court upheld last week's lower court ruling that gave decision-making power over the one-time stripper's funeral to court-appointed attorney Richard Milstein, which is it?
That's huge for the Bahamas, for the tourist industry.
So she will be buried next to Daniel. Daniel.
There'll be cabs as they offload all the boats in Nassau.
Funeral's supposed to be on Friday. Her body will be flown to the Bahamas
Nicole
today.
Smith, her mother was extremely upset yesterday that they didn't break for lunch at the right time.
Woo! Wow. Well, that's interesting. So, now what about James Brown?
Food.
James Brown, he's still.
They've agreed to bury him, and where he's going to be buried,
but they're not saying it's going to be private.
So,
I wonder what the longest is they've ever taken before burying a guy. Probably Marcos.
Probably Stalin or Lenin.
But they're still out, aren't they? Aren't they still on display?
I think they are, but they haven't been buried.
Yeah, I know that they say Lenin's nose actually fell off, and they had to.
So did the Sphinx, but I mean, it's not something that you would.
So who knows?
Okay,
it's been a while.
Let's move forward with more news. Christy, what else have you got over there?
American Idol was on last night. It was the ladies' turn to shine.
Well, you know who was on last night?
You know who was on?
No, I don't.
Well, one American Idol.
They call her the Gargler.
The girl they've been talking about the pictures. Okay.
Yes. Antonella Barba. She might want to invest in a modeling career because after last night's performance, the judges weren't real happy.
Because you love me.
The problem was most of the vocals just weren't good enough there. I thought you were worse than last week.
Oh, out of your mind.
Oh, Simon. Well,
a nice ass.
Here's her thoughts.
Something was wrong about Jennifer Hudson, so hopefully.
Ouch. You knew that was going to happen.
Absolutely clear, okay? We put Jennifer Hudson in American Idol. The American audience decided to vote. No, we put her through. The American audience voted her out.
Okay.
So now this is where they take. We're the ones who did it. No, you weren't even at the audition, doucheface.
Doucheface,
doucheface, I have to go with Simon. I think he's almost always right.
Melinda
I think this woman.
She'll go through just because.
She'll go through because every guy out there is going to vote for her if you've spent any time in the internet.
Not only that, but how wonderful and caring. I say this woman gets the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, for goodness sake.
What a giving,
there were other
sweet woman.
Contestants on last night's show. Here's Melinda Doolittle from Brentwood, Tennessee.
Are you Don't, baby, don't change a hair for me. Not if you care for me.
Randy Jackson says Melinda set the bar very high.
I tell you what, man, you know what? We got a competition going on right now because guess what? Melinda Doolittle came out here tonight to win it. That was unbelievable. So check it out.
Simon says Melinda is the best yet.
That
amazing.
was incredible. I think, for me, without question, the best vocal we've had through the competition.
But
Now, for Antonella, I thought it was a little bit, I don't know, politically incorrect when Simon handed her a banana. He said, could you eat this for me right now?
The judges couldn't say enough about how much they were impressed by Jordan Sparks. She is a contestant from Glendale, Arizona, and she's only 17 years of age. Randy Jackson's knocked out by her.
You're 17 years old. Where you are today is just unbelievable to me as a record producer. Dude, I am so impressed with where you are and the ability that you have.
And even Simon was impressed.
17 years old, massive potential, great personality. And actually, when someone asked me earlier on, what should I do? Just do what you did, sing well. I mean, that's the answer.
That's the real answer.
Yeah, so very good.
Tonight, 4 more Idol wannabes will be sent home. So this is 3 nights now of Idol.
Every week?
Yep. Well, for now, until they get down into...
They are decimating.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
That show is a huge life suck.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I agree 100%. It sucks.
When you invest that much time into a show, you need to get your life back.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
It's the most popular show on American television.
I know it.
By about double.
Well, that's, good for them.
Okay, well.
Remember, there's 30 million people watching it. There's another 260 million who are not.
That's true, Bob. We'll give you that.
Oh, well, yeah. Then, of course, there are the Chinese. Those just proving that this show blows.
I cannot understand what she's singing. What's going on?
We have some audio, I think.
By the way, here's a nice, interesting stat from USA Today. We were talking with Jeff Foxworthy last week about his new show.
And I have audio from that coming up next. That's what I was about to go to.
I congratulated him on helping to prop up American Idol by going on right after them. The new Fox quiz show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?, smashed records in its debut. The half-hour episode featuring adults answering grade school-level questions with assists from 10-year-olds, according to USA Today, averaged 26.5 million viewers. Behind Idol's 30.7 million lead-in. It's the most watched series premiere, on any network since 1998. Wow.
Wow.
That just shows
98 that would have been Survivor then, I'll bet.
I'm not sure. That's amazing. So congratulations to Jeff Foxworthy.
If you haven't watched the show, adults try to answer questions from elementary school textbooks. Here, Lakeisha's asked, how many sides are on a trapezoid?
How many sides are there on a trapezoid? Oh, what?
2,
What is
4,
that?
7, 9. Oh, I know.
4.
I love this joke.
Is it 4? I don't know. It's 4.
Your classmate over here just locked in his answer. Do you know what a trapezoid is?
Off-kilter square, right?
Yes.
No.
No.
But I'm trying to remember.
Is this the adult?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, here's Lakeisha. She takes Jacob's answer on the question.
How many sides are on a trapezoid? May we please see what Jacob had to say? Jacob said 4. That's a square!
Doesn't a square have 4 sides? A square has 4 sides. Why would they call it a trapezoid?
That's right.
Well,
No right angles.
Oh, no, maybe.
Well, a rectangle has 4 sides.
Don't forget, Jacob's only 10 years old. He still has to ask for another.
Rectangle? What kind of witchcraft word is that? Rectangle? What are you talking about?
All right. I'm going to, since, I trust Jacob. He helped me get 25. So I'm going to go with his answer and say 4.
There are 4 sides, and she did get $50,000.
Now, the first guy that was on, I watched the first part of the show. The first guy that was on, he was a UCLA graduate.
A history major.
He got every question wrong.
Including the U.S. history question.
First question was, what month
Day?
is Columbus Day? I would have missed that one. I never.
Well, you don't know
pay
what
attention to
month
anything.
Valentine's
Wait, hang on.
Day
We got a
is.
Canadian here. Do you know what month Columbus Day is?
Here in America, I don't know when it is. It might be in March for you guys. By the time he got up and spread syphilis in Canada.
Halloween? Now, you might know it as Syphilis Day.
Any idea when we celebrated here, Greg?
I forget now.
It's in October.
It's Halloween?
October. No, it's the same month as Halloween.
Yeah, same month.
No, Columbus allegedly
Well, he
discovered
could have
America.
come over on the Halloween.
Yeah,
that would be
hence the fancy costumes that they wore on the boat.
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Halloween.
He got off the boat dressed as one of the Star Wars guys.
Well, all those guys were on
Indians,
that boat.
I am your father.
I forgot. Wait a minute. You're the guy that can do. What am I doing? If you got off as a Star Wars guy, you can do Darth Vader better than anybody.
I am your father.
I love that. Never stop loving that. We're taking a break.
You are my bitch.
I'm your daddy.
You wouldn't say
spank me right there. Right there.
You would
right
say
there.
It. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back featuring something from the infamous Bob and Tom Camel Toe collection, just reprinted and now free with the purchase of any of our other double or triple CDs at bobandtom.com. It's the greatest offer we've ever had in the history of our little store. So check it out at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I've got free tickets to check out The Who. Winning today with me, Laura Steele, from 3 until 7 after Jimmy Mad Dog made us on Q95.
Q95 traffic. On the west side, northbound 65 across the 71st. You're back to 465 as a result. A couple of injury, 38th at 465, also on the west side, and 16th at Georgetown. Car into a utility pole, Shelby at Madison as well. And a fender bender on Allisonville, 96th Street. Traffic is service of the Indiana Department of Transportation. Get traffic info on demand before you leave home or work at Q95.com, keyword traffic.
Indiana Department of Transportation reminds you that the reconstruction of I-70 on Indianapolis East Side has begun. To make travel easier, find an alternate route at super70.in.gov.
Hello, what's your emergency?
There's a cable in my house.
A what, sir?
A cable from the cable company. It's taking all my money.
The cable that comes out of the wall?
Yes.
Not surprising. Over 10 years, cable TV prices went up a national average of 93%.
That's insane.
That's triple the rate of inflation, sir. Where are you now?
Under the kitchen sink. The cable found all the spare change in the couch. Wrote 15 blank checks to the cable company. Now it's after my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
In my pocket.
Try throwing your wallet at the cable and running for the door.
My credit cards are in there.
Don't worry, sir. We've called AT&T. They're on their way.
Oh, great. But hurry. It's getting closer. It's after the silverware.
Every 11 seconds, someone switches back to the new AT&T. TV, broadband, home phone, and wireless. Go to att.com/switch or call 1-800-ATT4YOU and switch to the new AT&T.
Oh, wait. I think she's leaving. It just went out the front door.
Sir, just...
Oh, wait. It's siphoning my gas tank. Hurry!
The new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Claim based on customers returning to AT&T phone service from other service providers.
And the champions of the football world are the Indianapolis Colts.
That's what it sounds like when you win the Super Bowl. Now imagine what it's like to hear and see it. Relive the Indianapolis Colts' epic journey to Super Bowl 41 glory with the new DVD from NFL Films, NFL Super Bowl 41 Champions, the Indianapolis Colts, featuring 3 hours of non-stop, jaw-dropping action. This DVD captures all of the critical moments and the crucial plays of the Colts' run to the NFL title. From the sweat of training camp to the courage of the comeback against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. This chronicles Coach Dungy, Manning, Harrison, Greeny, and the rest of the team as they battle for football supremacy. It's a must-have for any Colts fan. Get the NFL Super Bowl 41 champions, the Indianapolis Colts, now at Borders or wherever DVDs are sold.
It's lunchtime here at O'Charlie's, where a report of the strange phenomenon has recently surfaced, and I'm here to get to the bottom of it. Excuse me, miss, but may I ask what you have there?
It's a bottomless bowl of O'Charlie's overloaded potato soup.
Great Scott! A bowl with no bottom? How can that be?
Well, when you want more, they bring you more.
Aha!
Pretty simple, really. It also comes with a bottomless bowl of fresh salad with my choice of 10 dressings.
10 dressings?
A bottomless basket of O'Charlie's unsliceably soft rolls.
Those are nice.
All for just $6.99, which, now that I think about it, is pretty amazing.
And what is this mysterious concoction?
That's iced tea.
Iced tea? My gosh, what will they think of next?
Eat to your heart's content without putting a dent in your wallet at O'Charlie's, where the bowls are bottomless, but the offer isn't. So hurry in today.
O'Charlie's Bottomless Bowl is available Monday through Friday until 3 p.m. O'Charlie's, at the corner of good food and good times.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name.
Fifth Third knows you need a bank that moves as fast as you do, or faster.
That's why we offer free internet banking and bill payment with every checking account. You can count on Fifth Third Bank to keep things moving at the speed of life. Put the power of the Fifth Third name to work with yours and see how free internet banking and bill payment can help make all your hard work today mean so much more for your tomorrow.
And I'm gonna go there free.
Visit 53.com to learn more about Fifth Third internet banking and bill payment or call 877-579-5353. At Fifth Third Bank, we're moving ahead with you. Member FDIC.
Westfield Yamaha is open and rocking with great deals on all new and used Yamahas in stock. Get your best deal on your new Yamaha from the boys who bleed Yamaha blue. Westfield Yamaha. Call them 867-4422. 867-4422.
Hello, 725 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hey, hi. Thanks very much for joining us. We're going to hang out with comedian Greg Morton. He's at Crackers tonight through Sunday in Broad Ripple. That's Christy Lee right next to him, and she has a quick weather forecast.
From Forecast 8 on Q95, a flood watch today. Periods of rain and thunderstorms, high 58. Tonight, cloudy, rain, thunderstorms possible, low 32. Friday, cloudy, breezy, colder, high 42 degrees. Currently 41.
Thanks very much, Christy. Also coming up today, we have Who tickets, 9 to 5. And another thing I wanted to mention, Brian Regan tickets for Brian's show Sunday evening at the Murat Theater. While we're on the subject of tickets, one last thing. If you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, you've probably heard by now, those tickets go on sale Monday at 10 for Buffett's show at Verizon Wireless Music Center, Tuesday evening, July 24th. Oh, and lastly, Peyton Manning is going to host Saturday Night Live this month.
March 24th, his birthday.
How cool is that? Mm-hmm. Peyton Manning on SNL coming up this month.
Good morning from the Napa Studios. It's the Bob and Tom Show. There are lots of ways to reach us, including by email. Just type and send to bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hey, Ken, picking up a prescription?
Yeah, for my erosive acid reflux.
Me too. I take Protonix, pantoprazole sodium.
Does it work?
One Protonix tablet every morning helped control daytime, even nighttime acid reflux symptoms.
Nighttime symptoms too?
Yep. It even helped repair acid reflux damage. And I save on my Protonix prescription.
Think I could save on my copay?
Check your health plan. Hey, where are you going?
To call my doctor about Protonix.
Protonix copays are not less than generic drugs. Prescription Protonix heals acid-related erosions in the esophagus and relieves associated frequent and persistent heartburn. Most patients heal within 8 weeks. Your results may vary. Doctors may prescribe Protonix longer to maintain healing. Studies lasted 12 months. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. In studies, the most common side effects were headache, diarrhea, and gas. Go to ProtonixSavings.com or call 888-5-REFLUX to learn more about Protonix, acid reflux disease, and savings. See our ad in the Saturday Evening Post. Ask your doctor if Protonix is right for you.
So if I want diarrhea, is that the thing I go get? Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You need to pay closer attention.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. With us in the studio, that man. Right there is comedian Greg Morton. Greg, nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you guys.
By way of background, Greg, you are from Canada.
Yes.
And what town in Canada?
I guess I should speak some Canadian.
That's okay. No, I mean, you're fine.
I'd love to hear you speak some Canadian.
Well, sure. I was going over down there to did a hockey game, and my teeth fell out, and I go, oh, geez, I better pick that up and brush it off. 3-second rule, right? So I brush off the dirt and put the teeth back in there. I'm all set to go.
I only speak English. I didn't know what you said.
Now, what part of Canada are you from?
Ontario. Toronto, actually. Toronto.
Greater Toronto?
Greater Toronto.
I mean, are you?
I'm right downtown.
Baby. Oh, you're downtown. But you didn't grow up in Greater Toronto?
No, yeah, that's right. I grew up outside of it in a place called Woodstock. Not the concert, because then my name would be Rainbow.
Right.
Something crazy like that.
Rainbow, huh?
Rainbow Morton.
I think you should pick a different name.
Or Star Sparkle. Whatever those hippie names were back then.
No, I think Christy was thinking beige, possibly.
No, I was thinking gay. Rainbow and,
you don't want it to be associated with a rainbow now? Is that what you're saying? I see.
Christy, I'm not gay. I'm bi. So please.
Good.
There you go.
You're bi? That's really frightening, Greg.
We have a nice picture of Greg on our website, taken by your wife. Is that correct?
Can I see it?
It's really, I know she's a photographer, and it's a good.
It's you kind of looking over your shoulder, wearing a blue tie, nice suit.
That could be my police photo. I'm not sure.
no, that's not the profile they were looking for.
Are the police cars in
here we
Canada
go.
yellow?
Yeah,
is that right?
That's it.
Police cars in Canada yellow? Is that right?
No,
those are taxis, chick.
Oh.
Did one pull you over?
States.
That's an honest mistake.
You thought you were riding in the back of a police car all this time, didn't you?
I whistled and they pulled up.
They're blue and white.
He probably took you to the station if you didn't pay him.
So that picture is the one that your wife took, Greg?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Does she photograph families? Is that a family photographer?
She does weddings now. Remember Christine? You're looking at
They were beautiful wedding pictures.
She's got some new ones up now
Christine
too.
would be. She's going to get married here.
No, I am not.
Yeah, leave your wife's card.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do that.
Yeah, just for granted.
She also does the getting ready shots. So
Oh my God.
I love those.
dress on.
That's the new big thing.
Yeah.
The getting ready at the
Then the sexy, the new big thing is
boudoir shot.
The sort of the.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the
bride,
beginning,
the bride,
the bride,
stripper.
I know, but they have the bride and in her underwear and her skirt and the whole getting ready, and it's
her duct tape.
Actually, very enjoyable.
Yeah,
duct tape.
Well, for some,
you got to keep those hips in.
I'm sorry. I thought it was to recreate the hymen.
That's a different procedure, Tom.
Sorry, misunderstood you, Greg. Sorry, must be the Canadian thing. Here's an interesting news story. Before we have a special request to get into here from our camel toe collection, but first, Dateline Fort Lauderdale, a 96-year-old alleged mobster accused of overseeing robberies, money laundering, and bank fraud for the Genovese crime family, pleaded guilty to racketeering conspiracy Wednesday, but because of his age, he probably will not be sent to prison.
Oh, it would be a life sentence.
Can't you just give me a timeout?
I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. They call him Albert the Old Man. Is it Facciano?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a hard C.
Not Flacciano?
F-A-C-C. Boy, that would be bad. His arrest record dates back 75 years.
Wow.
He had to use a cane.
And this is the first time he got caught?
That's very good. That's very, very good.
He used a cane in court and needed a special headset to hear the questions from District Judge James Cohn.
Go for it.
His attorney said he sees a doctor 4 times a week for back pain, arthritis, and other ailments.
Go ahead, Tom. I know exactly where this is going.
Whack. Yes, Tom. Explain to us his bowel procedure.
I'm guessing it bypasses a lot of things these days.
I'm guessing they have a straight shot shunt right to the bag. I said a straight shot shunt. That's right.
That's hard to say.
Boy, yeah, the word shunt is scary in radio.
Man.
Poor old guy.
Was this really the first time that he'd been...
His arrest record dates back 75 years, but he's 96 years old. He can barely hear.
What?
Huh? You want me to what? But he's allegedly an old mafia guy. That's how they're describing him. So, what's the old phrase? He won't make you an offer you can't refuse. He'll make you an offer you can't understand.
What? You want me to rub a tank?
Quit crying. I can't hear you.
He sleeps with Mr. Fischel. What?
That damn Fischel kid.
I don't understand. That's kind of cool, though. What do you think?
Cool.
Yeah, the guy's still out there at 96. See, I don't believe in retirement.
You think he's still intimidating people at 96?
I'm not going to mess with the guy.
Besides, in jail, think of the stories. 75 years of stories.
I know.
I assume he's probably been in and out of the slammer for a while, but he probably has a few good stories.
Well, that would explain.
Probably does. Probably was telling one of the stories. Your Honor, I walked into a bank and I pooped my pants.
When you walked into the bank?
No, just now. And I went,
Thank you, Bob. That's the joke I was looking for.
There you go.
Yeah.
And by the way,
that's my favorite.
Which direction am I facing right now? You know, what route did you take to get here? Right?
Well, we have a special. I mentioned the Bob and Tom Camel Toe collection. It's a few years old. We actually ran out of these, and we've just done a reprint, and it's back in stock on in our store, and we're giving it away with the purchase of any of our recent projects. If you get Donkey Show or Happy Hour or Sideshow. Or Man Boobs, you get a free copy of the double CD Camel Toe, which contains lots of great stuff, including this classic by request from Paul Thorne.
Have you ever had one of those days when nothing goes right? Your wife starts bitching about whatever it was she was bitching about last night. So you escape into the bathroom just to sit there on your throne. But after you finish your business, the toilet paper's gone. Well, it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path. 'Cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. Well, I was running late for work, so I poured me some coffee to go. And just before I had a flat tire, I spilled it all over my clothes. When the highway patrolman pulled up, I thought that help was on the way. But when he saw the tire tool in my hand, he shot me with pepper spray. Oh, it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path. 'Cause it's a great day, y'all can sing it if you want to, for me to whoop somebody's ass. When I finally made it to work, I was 15 minutes late. I told my boss about the flat tire, but he fired me anyway. So here I am out in the parking lot, just waiting by his Corvette. I'm gonna give him a goodbye present that he never will forget. Let's sing together. 'Cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path. 'Cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass.
Hello. That's Paul Thorne, one of the classics from the Bob and Tom Camel Toe collection. Paul did that live here in our studios. And once again, Camel Toe, beautiful artwork and some great stuff on there. And it's free with the purchase of any double or triple CD on our website, kind of a special winter sale that we're doing for the first time. Also, some kooky hats and stuff are there. So check it out at bobandtom.com. While you're there, you can look at all of our guests, and we have links to all of them and see what they're up to. Also, we've posted some audio from some special interviews that we've done recently that you might have missed on the air. Pretty cool. You can also find out about our VIP website, which is getting cooler by the minute. We're about to add something very interesting to it in probably about 30 days. But the Bob and Tom VIP website allows you to listen to the show anywhere you are in the world and download it right to your iPod. It's really cool. We're taking a short break. We're hanging out with comedian Greg Morton. Also coming up this morning, comedian Eric Hunter and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Doug. I'm giving away free Who tickets all day today, right after Bob and Tom, and right here, Q95.
This is a Q95 News Update from Wish TV's 24-hour News 8.
Good morning. I'm Scott Sander in the 24-hour newsroom. Another helicopter scare in Iraq. A Kiowa chopper made a hard landing near Kirkuk this morning. Both crew members are hurt. 8 helicopters have crashed in Iraq so far just this year. 1 week down, still no verdict in the Louis Libby trial. Testimony over the former presidential insider went off without a problem, but jury deliberations have been filled with drama. The man who hit former Pacer Steven Jackson with a car got 2 years in prison. Dion Wilford also has to pay for Jackson's dental bills. Jackson faces charges still for the fight and gunfire outside a West Side strip club. The man who led the Bears to the Super Bowl gets an extension. Lovie Smith just signed a 4-year deal to stay with the Bears. Your forecast from Randy Alla. Showers and storms today, a few severe, high of 55. More on these stories on News 8. Our next update here in an hour on Q95.
Q95 traffic.
From the Collision Solutions Traffic Center, crash on northbound 65 at 71st on the west side. You're back to 465 as a result. 96 at Gray Road. Traffic signals are out. Big delays there. Temporary stop signs in place. Car into a utility pole Shelby at Madison. Fallen power cables 30th at Sherman. And also crash with injury 16th at Georgetown. Traffic sponsored by the Indiana Department of Transportation. Get traffic info on demand before you leave home or work at Q95.com. Keyword traffic.
Get ready for Brian Regan.
I'm always putting my foot in my mouth. Like, I met this woman recently. I could have sworn she was pregnant. So I said, hey, what's that baby do? You ever feel a word coming up, but it's too late to stop it? What baby?
This Sunday night, 7:30, live at Murat Theater.
I used to get talked into making prank calls, and I get all nervous and mess them up. Is your refrigerator running? It's not. Oh.
Brian Regan.
Okay, you have a good day now.
Get tickets now at the Murat Center box office. All Ticketmasters online at LiveNation.com or charge at 317-239-5151.
Hi, this is Tom Zupancic of the world champion Indianapolis Colts, and what a season it was. There's no better way to memorialize the Super Bowl win than with a brick along the Colts Walk of Fame that'll be a featured part of Lucas Oil Stadium. Not only do you get a brick in the Walk of Fame, but you get a replica brick for your home or office as well. Log on to Colts.com/brick for ordering information. Make it personal today with a super brick on the Colts Walk of Fame.
Open.
Spacious.
Flowing.
This is how Drees homeowners describe our unique designs and floor plans. Introducing Drees Space.
Drees kitchens are larger, more open to the breakfast and family room with fewer walls and barriers than other homes.
And right now, Drees is offering personal incentive packages tailored just for you. These could include more living space, a gourmet kitchen, or premium features you've always wanted. Drees Space. Unique designs for living. Drees advantages not just the way our homes look and flow, but also the way they feel. And it's why 94% of new home buyers chose Drees over other builders. Drees Space. Come feel the difference for yourself. Tour our decorated models today or visit DreesHomes.com.
All right, time to spin the big wheel to see who gets paid this month. Will it be the credit card, car payment, utility bill? Ha-ha, the credit card.
Life may be a gamble, but your money doesn't have to be. I'm Randy Kent with NMC Mortgage. For a limited time, I'm offering a super low rate on what we call our Quick Second program. $40,000 for only $166 a month. NMC's Quick Second program. Call 317-218-2900 today.
It's as easy as NMC.
4.99% introductory line of credit, 8.9% APR. Your rate may vary. Equal housing lender.
At Cracker Barrel, our family has had many traditions over the years. One that dates back to our very beginnings is the simple belief that pleasing people is the most important thing we can ever try to do for our guests. Of course, we like to think we've been pretty good at it over the years, but we enjoy hearing it from other folks as well. That's why we're proud to say we've been voted America's best family dining restaurant for 16 years in a row. It's an honor that's become a tradition at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Warm welcomes coming right up.